Thank you for taking a moment to view United Service Animal Registry's tutorial section. Here at USAR, we encounter all sorts of questions regarding the meanings of law, the usefulness of registrars like USAR, and the rights of individuals using and traveling with service animals. In this tutorial, we will help answer these questions and more as we attempt to bring service animal owners and the business world closer together with an understanding of each person's rights and responsibilities. First, let's address some common questions from service animal owners. What types of animals qualify as service animals? Beginning on March 15, 2011, only dogs are recognized as service animals under Titles 2 and 3 of the Americans with Disabilities Act. In certain cases, miniature horses may also be considered service animals. A service animal is a dog that is individually trained to do work or perform tasks for a person with a disability. In other words, if you have a dog performing a physical task or function directly assisting with a qualified disability, then that dog is a service animal according to federal law. What rights do individuals with service animals have? Generally, a service animal must be permitted to accompany people with disabilities in all areas where members of the public are allowed to go. Private clubs or organizations, such as the American Legion and churches, are exempt from this law. Because these are members-only organizations, they retain the right to discriminate. The Air Carrier Access Act and the Fair Housing Act provides rights for an individual with a service animal to have that animal with them on the airlines and within their home. How do I know if my rights are being violated? The law allows for business owners to ask a couple of specific questions in order to determine the legitimacy of a service animal. Typically, the questions will be phrased as such. Is this a service animal directly assisting you with a disability? To which you must only answer yes or no. What task has the animal been trained to provide? The answer to this is a simple explanation of your service animal task, such as medical alert or mobility assistance, whatever applicable task your service animal provides. Federal law also specifically prohibits the requirement of a service animal owner to provide outward markings indicating the use of a service animal. What this means is just because you have a disability and use a service animal does not mean someone may refuse you and your service animal entry based on a lack of identifying materials, such as vests, ID cards, patches, or other identifying marks. As an individual with rights to privacy, you are not required to alert others to the fact of your disability. The use of the allowed questions discussed earlier should tell a business owner everything they need to know regarding your service animal. Any business that is refusing you entry based on the animal's breed or size is potentially violating your rights under federal law. Any business refusing you entry based on a lack of identifying materials is also risking the violation of your federal rights. What are my responsibilities as a service animal owner who is traveling in public with the service animal? As a service animal owner, you have the responsibility to represent yourself accurately and not make false statements regarding the use of your service animal. Your service animal must be properly trained to perform the task or function required to assist you with your disability and must not be destructive, disruptive, or aggressive towards others. For example, a service animal that growls and or barks at other animals or people or has poor bladder control or damages property may forfeit the rights set forth by federal law. Good practices while traveling with a service animal means being prepared for the likely scenarios you might encounter. This may include, but is not limited to, the care and feeding of your animal out in public, the curiosity and questions others may display towards you and your animal, or other typical situations which may occur. Why should I register my service animal with the United Service Animal Registry? USAR makes it simple. With a photo ID card showing the facts as they exist, you need only show the card to answer all questions put forth by the Americans with Disabilities Act. We also offer quality materials like custom dog tags, patches, and vests, which allow people to recognize instantly and from a distance that your animal is special and authorized to be there. While it's not required that you register your animal, it is highly recommended in order to have identification materials that easily alert others to the legitimacy of your service animal. Without ID materials from USAR, you may be forced to waste time explaining your rights, their rights, and the purpose of your service animal every time you walk into a new business. More than just offering materials, United Service Animal Registry is also on the forefront of advocacy and customer support, with a dedicated staff who will answer your questions and the questions of others. USAR employees can speak directly with business owners, law enforcement officials, landlords, and housing associations, or anyone else you may need assistance in dealing with, such as airline or hotel personnel. We know life can be confusing and sometimes difficult, and the less you have to worry about, the more you can simply enjoy the liberties using a service animal provides. For more information, visit our website at www.usarplus.com or call during normal office hours, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Friday Eastern Standard Time. Our number is 678-807-8687. Register now with the United Service Animal Registry and take back your confidence.